Hello there. Thank you for choosing the Acodis services. After you've downloaded the activity from the UiPath marketplace, you can straight proceed to UiPath Studio and open it up, and you will see it as I do in front of me. In the next step, we will start a new process by clicking here on Process. We can call it whatever we want. Let's just call it blank process. And then we also get to choose between the languages of our preference, and I'm going with C#. So by hitting create, we are setting up a new process, and this might take a couple of seconds. Great. Now, since the process has been initiated, we are presented with this interface. But before we can actually use the activity or build a new process, we first need to import and install the activity. Therefore, we had to manage packages up here, click on the settings button, and then go to use defined package sources area. Here we can define whatever name we would like to choose for the new package. I'm going with Acodis Intelligent Document Processing. And here by clicking on the three dots button, we can either browse for wherever we have dropped off and saved the package, or we can just enter the file path into that area. So now by clicking add, we are actually adding that new package source. And as you can see here in the bottom left area, a new box has popped up. By clicking on that, you suddenly see, okay, great, there's the activity. All right, now you can click on that activity, and in the next step, you can click on the install button, which is actually installing the activity. So before it's all done, we still need to click on save. This might take a couple of seconds. And we might be asked to agree to the license agreements. Awesome. So now we've actually installed the activity. But how do we start? So first of all, we need to open a new main workflow by just clicking on the button right here. This will open the main workflow. So as you can see, here you have a sequence, and inside of a sequence, you can start building whatever process you would like to build. All right, first we can add a new activity by clicking on this button right here. And now we can search, for example, for Acodis, which is the name of our activity. Click on that, double click, and here now we are presented with the new activity. All right, as you can see, I've already entered the information needed for the authentication process. Therefore, the username as well as the password are already entered here. Furthermore, the URL is also already filled out. This URL allows us to connect to our process, which we have already set up on the Acodis platform. Now we are just choosing the file which we actually want to analyze, and therefore put the file path in this field. In the next step, we are choosing which output format we would like to have. There are three different options, which are CSV, JSON, and XML. And I'm choosing the CSV format. Now there's one last important step to do here on the Acodis activity, which is going to the right panel here on the properties field and go to response area. By clicking in this field and then hitting Control K, we can define a variable in which the information from the activity will be stored. I will call it response. Hit enter. There we go. So now everything is set, but we still need an activity which actually displays that information for us. Therefore, we click on the plus sign down here and enter message box in this above panel and click on it. Great. Now we have that message box, and in this text must be quoted field, we can write our variable, which we've defined before, response. Great. Everything is set, and all we have to do is start the process. So within about a second, a new field should pop out, and it contains the exact information which it is supposed to derive. Here's the order ID and the total. So that's the ID, and here is the total of 112.50. The process, which I've just presented to you before, does not yet have too many uses in a business context. But UiPath is a very vast and powerful platform which allows you to build much more complex, but also very useful use cases. And therefore, I would like to walk you through this process which I have in front of me. So to basically understand what's happening, this process here allows us as users to essentially drop files whenever we receive them into a folder, which are then instantly and automatically analyzed. The information retrieved from those files is then in the same instance stored in an Excel file. To show you what that could look like when actually executing the process, we just go ahead and hit the run button up here and then move to our data folder where we have all the information stored. So as you can see, there's a folder analyzed, which is empty, another one unanalyzed, which is also empty, and here are 6 different documents. I will go ahead and now drop these 6 different documents into the unanalyzed folder. Within basically a second, we have a new file popping up, which is an Excel file. As we can see, the unanalyzed folder is empty because the information has been analyzed and moved to the analyzed folder, and the extracted information can be viewed within the Excel file. Acodis has several templates of activities like the one I've just presented to you, and just feel free to reach out to them and they will send you their templates. Furthermore, you can also research the internet forum because there's so much information out there on how to build your own customized templates and processes. Now we have reached the end of this tutorial. If you still have any outstanding questions and want to build your own customized activities and processes, just go ahead and search the vast community which is online. And if you also have any specific questions to the Acodis activity, just go ahead and shoot them an email.